Age of Legends presents the story of a man who rose from the shadows of Corsican obscurity to carve his name into the annals of history. A general, a strategist, a conqueror, and yet a figure shrouded in both glory and controversy. This is the story of Napoleon Bonaparte, the emperor whose legend still echoes through time, and whose ambition reshaped the map of Europe forever. Born on the 15th of August 1769 on the rugged island of Corsica, Napoleon was a child of revolution. The winds of change swept across France as the old monarchy trembled, and in this turmoil, a young boy with sharp eyes and an unyielding mind began to dream of greatness. Trained in military academies, Napoleon was not just another cadet. His mind calculated strategy like a master of chess. While other boys played, he studied maps, tactics, and the art of warfare. From the very beginning, he was destined to leave the shadows behind. The French Revolution tore France apart, yet for Napoleon, it was the perfect stage. Amidst chaos, opportunity rises. By his 20s, he had already won fame as a brilliant artillery commander, his victories in Toulon, and later in Italy making him a household name. But Napoleon was not satisfied with mere fame. He sought power, influence, and a legacy that would rival kings. In 1799, he staged a coup, a silent storm that toppled governments and placed him at the helm of a nation reborn from revolution. The Republic bowed, and Napoleon crowned himself first consul of France, the beginning of his legendary rise. In 1804, in a ceremony witnessed by the world, Napoleon Bonaparte declared himself Emperor of the French. Not crowned by the Pope, but by his own hand, a symbol of a man who would control his destiny and defy tradition. His empire stretched from the sands of Egypt to the plains of Europe. Battles like Austerlitz, the so-called Battle of the Three Emperors, became immortal tales of cunning strategy. Napoleon's armies moved with speed, precision, and ruthlessness, rewriting the rules of war forever. He was not just a leader. He was a legend in motion, a force that turned ordinary soldiers into instruments of his vision. But Napoleon's legend was not only written on the battlefield. He reshaped nations through laws, governance, and institutions. The Napoleonic Code still influences legal systems across the world. Roads were built, schools founded, and meritocracy replaced aristocracy. Yet ambition, that same fire that lifted him to the heights, also sowed seeds of downfall. His campaign stretched too far. His enemies grew, coalitions formed, and the tides of fate began to turn against the man who sought to conquer Europe itself. Defeated, Napoleon was first exiled to Elba, a tiny island in the Mediterranean. But legends do not fade quietly. In 1815, he escaped, returned to France, and ruled once more in the period called the 100 Days. Yet destiny is relentless. At Waterloo, his final battle, the legend of invincibility, met its match. Exiled again, this time to St. Helena, he spent his remaining years reflecting on glory, ambition, and legacy. On the 5th of May 1821, Napoleon Bonaparte died. Yet, death could not erase him. His legend lives on in books, in history, in the imagination of every strategist, leader, and dreamer who dares to reach beyond their time. Napoleon Bonaparte was more than a man. He was a storm, a force that reshaped nations and carved his name into eternity. From Corsica to the crown, from victory to exile, his life is a tale of ambition, brilliance, and the fragility of greatness. He is the legend history tried to contain, yet one that refuses to be forgotten. This is the story of Napoleon Bonaparte, the emperor who dared to defy destiny itself. Turn the ancient scroll. Enter the Age of Legends.